Folks, we're here with Ray Hanselman, who's just won the Texas division of the Rayovac FLW Series, stop number 1 on Lake Amistad. Man, you have had an awesome event. Let's talk about how you caught your fish this week.
Well, I caught most of the fish, you know, out of the drains in some short grass. I was throwing it looks like a little George called a wingding. That's what I caught the majority of my fish on, and then I'd pick up like a deep diving crankbait and kind of rip through the grass and pick up 1 or 2 good fish. And then I had another spot that didn't have many, but there were several big ones up there, and I would make a long run, get to the back of a canyon that had a spring in it, and heave a big swim bait or flip a little bit. And I think I caught 2 5s and a 6 up there, and a couple of 3-pounders.
You know, it's sometimes being a guide on a lake, it's tough because you know so many places, you don't know what to do. How did your practice go? Was your practice an important part of you winning this tournament, or did you have to change around after the weather changed after your practice?
No, the practice was very important because luckily living here, knowing all those areas, I was able to check and know where fish typically stage this time of year, and if it wasn't, if that knowledge itself helped me a bunch, because those big fish alone wouldn't have done it. I had to have those fillers, those 2.5, 3-pounders, and I probably put 50 or 60 waypoints on my graph this week, and I made a milk run. I mean,
you told me before the tournament, we talked about this, you said that there were a lot of smallmouth being caught, and you yourself weighed in one very close to 4 pounds the first day.
Right.
And that made a big difference in this tournament. I know you had a couple.
Yeah, I mean, that smallmouth, that was a big key. That was a late cull fish for the first day, and I actually made a mistake culling earlier in the day, and I was just in a panic because I threw one back I had a tiny one in there, and I was like, I threw back the wrong fish, and luckily that worked out. I caught that big smallmouth, and
worked out pretty well.
And that's going to give this lake another dimension. With these smallmouth, they're getting big. I think y'all weighed over 100 of them this week.
We did.
That's incredible.
Let me ask you this: your swim bait that you threw to catch the big fish. Tell us about that swim bait. Color, size, brand, anything else you think was important? It's
called a top shelf deep runner. It's a 5-inch. It's the truest running swim bait they make. You can burn it, you can do anything. But the color I was using is called Special Trout. It almost blends in with the water. They just come, it sneaks up on them, and they just got to eat it.
Well, Ray, you made the statement from the stage, you were a bridesmaid, and before you ever weighed your first fish, you're no longer a bridesmaid. Congratulations on your win this week.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming. You're a class guy. Tickled to death to have you as our champion.